even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Hello, and welcome to the 420 Project podcast. I'm Sean.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael.
And this is episode number 8. We hope you're enjoying our podcast so far. So don't forget, we are now available on iTunes. So search the 420 Project podcast on the iTunes store. Click subscribe, and your device will always download the latest episode. So you're always up to date.
You could even do that right now.
Right now, while you're listening to this, if this is on SoundCloud for you.
Radio, I am going to give you a follow-up.
A follow-up? What?
From last week's discussion about the mysterious ghost ship.
Oh, the ghost ship.
Yeah.
Can you give us a quick recap?
Yeah, recap. So the mysterious ghost ship that was emerged from the waves near California.
Can I just interrupt, because I think I remember you said the title of the article. Do you remember what that title was? Do you have that written down? Because I remember it was something really, really long.
Yes.
And it was really hilarious.
Like a second, I've got.
I think we've.
Sorry for the loud noise of paper, guys.
That's okay. I'm just gonna jump in here and grab a 90s question to ask everyone. What year was the euro currency introduced to world financial markets?
No idea.
I have no idea either.
I would not know.
Okay.
1999.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
I found it. So this is what the title was.
That was really good, just filling in that time.
Okay, so scientists probe mystery shipwreck in search for cannibal rat-infested ghost ship.
That's right. That's the fucking longest.
That's the longest title I've ever heard.
Yes.
Like, seriously, cut it down, whoever is doing that.
3 words, 4 words.
3, 4, maximum of 5 or 10?
Yeah, so this ship that was washed up near California, which was full of the cannibal rats, has turned out to have a colourful past.
Ooh, let's have a gander.
Researchers believed it might be the lost Russian cruise ship, but it's actually a floating brothel.
Wait.
So this mysterious...
I thought it was a fucking ship full of... Oh, so the rats took it over, but that was the past.
Yes.
It was a brothel.
It was... They thought it was this... Because there's a ship that's also lost, which is a Russian cruise ship.
Yeah. Wow.
But they thought it was that one, but it turns out that it's this...
This old brothel?
Floating... It's a brothel that's floating around.
What the hell?
It also said that... so the boat was the SS Monte Carlo ship, and the ship offered gambling and prostitution for California locals.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, I was just like...
Okay, that was definitely a turn from last week.
Yeah, that was like gone from cannibalistic fucking rats to, hey, look, there was a fucking brothel one day.
Well, I was surprised
back in the day.
to see, like...
Really fucking high. That bong hit me. Ooh, give me 5.
I was surprised to see another part of
Let's do a
the story.
90s quiz while we're waiting.
I was talking, but whatever.
Sorry. I was just making light of what Sean did before.
Go ahead, Erin.
Fine, Michael, do your question.
No, do it later.
Do it later. Let's all have one ready to go.
Okay.
Erin, this one for you.
Yeah,
this
so
one for me.
I was actually surprised to see that this mysterious ship had more details about it on Facebook. But,
more than just the rats eating more rats.
Yeah, like I just thought that was it. That was the end of it. But to see like a follow-up kind of thing and to find out that
it's amazing.
Brothel was like, wow.
It's pretty cool that's the history of the ship.
Yeah. So,
It's a little bit wrong as well.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Sorry, was it?
Do you have something?
Yes.
Nelson Mandela was freed in 1990 after spending how many years as a political prisoner on Robben Island?
I don't know.
Was that a statement just said?
How many years was he in prison? Nelson Mandela.
I would not know.
Close. 27.
Very nice. Alright. Sorry, I'm just a bit of technical data there. With my
technical
phone.
difficulties with flying that.
Yes, so I wanted to.
Can I just interrupt? How the fuck do you turn how do you get the auto lock on? So you turn the auto lock off on your phone.
You go to display and brightness.
Display and brightness. Okay, continue, Michael. Thank you.
Okay. I've been coming across these videos lately on Facebook, and it's the 5-minute craft videos. Look them up, watch the videos, tell me if I'm wrong.
Sorry guys, for people that are listening, Sean is trying to turn his low power mode on, but he's whispering into Siri, turn low power mode on.
You're not helping. You're not helping, Sean.
I got it.
This has been the hardest podcast so far. Until you know.
There we go.
Alright,
Anyway,
all I needed.
5-minute craft videos.
Sorry.
So yeah, like 90% of the videos, it's including a hot glue gun, and it's like gluing this pattern, and it's like, voila, you have a purse, and it's like this see-through, disgusting purse, but like you made it yourself, so
yeah, I've seen lots of those. They're like phone cases and stuff, and
or like trying to solve everyday household issues.
yeah,
but like
using
the issue
plastic
is
bottles or
no, like sometimes even more so, it's more of a hassle to do it the right way instead of trying to find the crafty, this is going to save your time way.
So
just
like
do it the right way.
finding the things for the craft, it's like, it's just as difficult as when I could have just gone down to the shops and bought the
did
new
it
fucking
the other
thing.
way. Like this is not saving my
I like some of them.
hacks.
I
Like
don't-
life hacks. That's
life
what
hacks?
I'm talking about. Life hacks. Like
My favourite life hack, which I said a few weeks ago, was the whole tyre. When you've got a bottle of wine or a soft drink, glass bottle or something, tyre. Whatchamacallit? Paper towel around it, wet the towel, put it in the freezer. 15 minutes later, you've got a nice cold drink. That's my favourite life hack.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree, but these 5, like specifically these 5-minute craft videos, are all bullshit and almost dangerous. Like you see, like in the kitchen, how they're chopping, and they're sticking their hands out and like doing dangerous stuff, and it's like
Because as a chef, you know what
as
to
a
do,
chef as well, but also like medical. They're putting like glue on cuts. It's like, hey, if you cut yourself, glue like honey on the neck and put like super glue on your finger if you're bleeding. And I just
I don't think I've
it's
seen
not.
those ones.
It's like, and then peel it off a day later, and it's like you're healed. I just came across the video, and I was like, this has gone way too far.
Yeah.
Like, some kid could come across it and mimic.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
I've
danger.
cut myself. I've seen this thing on Facebook, so I'm just going to put super glue on my finger.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's definitely not informative, and I think they should be taken off. Is my fucking opinion.
Yeah. Well, you said only you liked a couple of them. Were there any that were probably not as dangerous that you reckon you saw?
I've just seen where they made things with like a hot glue gun, where like a phone case and just other like life hacks kind of thing, but like out of plastic bottles, how to recycle them, and like to use them and cut them in like different ways, and just random stuff. Like some of them are alright, but the ones that you're talking about, Michael, is a bit like dangerous. But I have heard though something about if you cut yourself to put glue on it and it heals it, like if it's a really deep cut.
Yeah.
But
that may or may not work.
It's not very safe.
Who knows?
Yeah. But
I wouldn't risk it.
It would hurt a lot. I think it would hurt, but I mean, if it works, then that's like the doctors would probably say, oh, that's not really good to do, but oh well, give it a go. Yeah. Why not?
Speaking of Facebook, I saw. I think it was Facebook that I saw it.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it on my phone anyway.
Yeah.
That caught my eye, and it's a story about. I'm hoping I'm saying this word right. Thruple.
Thruple. What the fuck's a thruple?
Thruple.
Like, it sounded like orgasmic when you said that.
Thruple.
Sorry, I don't know where I got that. I was just trying to throw one out there, and that's the word that came out.
Thruple.
I love it. What's this thruple about?
So it's two married men
It's like the bomb.
in love with the same woman and are a thruple. So there's three.
There are threesome and there are a couple. Oh my god, this is amazing. I love this story already.
So it is orgasmic.
It is
Is that what
orgasmic.
you're saying?
So the two guys, there's Chris and Matt. They're from New York.
We're a throuple.
They've been together for 8 years, and then they're both committed to like this woman.
Right. Okay. I get
Oh.
you. A throuple. It's not a couple. It's a throuple.
Yeah. And it's
That's how you say it.
throuple.
Like, we're not a couple of two. We're
Yeah.
a
No.
throuple
Yeah, because
of
it's
three.
three. Yeah.
When you go to the
So
restaurant,
strange.
oh, we'll just have a throuple. That will become.
Is there more details? Because I would really like to know specifics
Yeah.
of who does what.
I would like a throuple of apples, thank you.
Yes. Let's start using hashtag thruple in life. Hashtag thruple.
Okay.
I reckon.
So the woman involved, her name's Kate.
Kate.
Kate and Chris associate themselves as bisexual,
Okay.
while Matt defines himself as homo-flexible. He prefers men, but is open to having sex with women.
Okay. It's getting really.
I'm really confused by that
I mean,
because
good
doesn't
on
that
them,
mean
but,
like bisexual? Doesn't I mean? I don't want to.
Like, not to be.
You don't want to be offensive, but I mean, like, fuck, man, like, it is confusing in this
Yeah.
day and age with all the different terminology there is out there. I mean, we're not saying that there's anything wrong with everyone. It's just having so many different types of terms and knowing what to call people in this day and age, at the point we are in society, I think is tricky. So you don't want to try and offend anyone by being like, oh, that may be abnormal to us, a throuple, but, you know, maybe in 30 years' time it's happening all the time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's interesting, though.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because I was like, throuple, what the...
Well, it's just. I mean,
and just to read about it,
it's
just
not a
to...
new thing, but it's like it's a new word.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
and
I haven't
they're,
heard
like, they're happy, and at one stage, I mean, like, later on down the track, they want to adopt, like, and have kids.
that. Yep.
And,
Yep.
yeah, I reckon that'd be cool.
But I mean, if they're not going to recognise that as a whole thing, like in the eyes of the law or anything, right? Then I guess you can still be that throuple. It'd be like two of you would be the married couple or
Well, the two guys are
union
married.
or whatever.
Those two are married, and then they're in...
Oh,
Yeah.
Why
This is
couldn't
really
three people
confusing.
have a relationship and get like married? Why is there only two?
I don't
What
know.
if three people wanted?
It's an interesting question.
What if three people wanted to get married? What would happen then? It's illegal.
There's
by
no
the
law to say that it's a... that's-
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
It's
There
called
is.
polygamy.
Oh,
Polygamy is illegal.
no.
Is that the?
That's the
That's
term.
what it is. The
Mm.
term.
Yes,
Right.
polygamy is illegal, but back in like olden days with like the Old Testament Bible and everything, there's like fucking lots of wives, and I don't know which cunt it was, Abraham, I think, in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
His wife couldn't bear a child, and he ended up fucking the other, like the slave woman, and she had a baby.
Wow.
Like,
There you
it's,
go.
you know.
You learn something new.
Exactly.
Every podcast.
I just thought that just came to my brain. I just remember that specifically being like, that's really fucked up. And you guys are telling me this
Yes.
story
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, well, my wife can't do it, so I'm going to fuck the other chick. Hashtag morals.
It's been quite a few hashtags.
There has been a few hashtags today.
It's probably not the last.
So, Michael,
Yes.
have you seen any information this week? Have you seen the news this week? At all?
Anything in particular? No, not at all.
No.
I mean, I've heard a bit, but
Have you
I mean-
heard about did you see about the protesting happening in Melbourne
no.
over this week? Okay.
Please inform me.
Smoke that, my friend.
Okay.
Let us divulge. Divulge. What the fuck's a divulge? It's like divulge.
Well, what did you say before that was like that?
I can't remember.
So,
A throuple.
A throuple. Wobble.
yeah. Anyway, continue.
So, getting back to, this is a bit of an update from the Manus Island story from a couple of weeks ago. Serious situation going on where the Papua New Guinea police on Wednesday stormed the camp there and forced all the men out. They used long metal poles to beat them and to get them out. And a video shot on Friday shows them beating them. So I've got a video here, so I just want to warn you guys, if you're sensitive to violence, this might shock you a little bit. So this is the Papua New Guinea police coming into the compound. This is only 6 seconds video, so watch carefully. I'll play it again, eh?
That's horrible.
Yeah, look at that top. Go back. Play it again. Look in the top left corner, and you'll see the cop and how he holds the stick. What he does. He went like that to try and hit him.
Yeah.
I think I've said it before, but I don't understand how people can do that.
So, like, was that the first time you saw that?
Yes.
So, what's your initial reaction seeing that, Michael?
Pretty shocking. I didn't like watching it.
Like I said, like,
I can't believe it's happening as well. Like, seriously. Someone has to step in and do something about that.
what do you think? What about just putting yourself in their shoes? What do you reckon you'd be thinking in that moment?
Oh, you'd be like,
Oh,
what the fuck is going on?
yeah, you feel like
kind of
you
thing.
like
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I
die.
mean?
Like,
Yeah.
Because what they're doing was they wanted to, so they're peacefully protesting. They don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is sitting down.
Yep.
So then the police are coming at them with metal poles.
Yep.
So yeah, now think about just sitting down peacefully
Yeah.
with other people, and then they're coming at you with poles, like,
because
Yeah.
I did hear a little bit about that. Something about they had an hour to
to get out.
get out. Yeah.
Jesus.
So apart from threatening with them, with the poles, they went around and trashed a compound which our immigration minister potato
He doesn't deserve a name.
doesn't deserve his name.
Minister Potato.
Minister Potato, the immigration minister, who is a potato, said that the refugees did that on purpose. They were the ones trashing it, which is like, go to the place, you know. You how do you fucking know? You're getting told what you want to hear.
Yes.
You're not actually physically there, so.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next day there was a massive protest here in our great fucking city of Melbourne. I really wanted to go. I was about to, but then I just sort of had a look online about what kind of numbers were going to be there, and even though it's very, very important to go to, for my anxiety's sake, I was like, no, I'm going to stay home. I'll just support people on Twitter and shit, which I did. So
Yes.
I tweeted a lot out that day. So they started the protest over at the State Library, and when someone was doing a speech, a right-wing protester, someone who hates refugees, ran up to the microphone and screamed into the mic, all the refugees are rapists.
Jeez.
So once he did that, obviously fucking bunch of people jumped up, grabbed the mic off him, pushed him off, probably gave him a kick or a punch. I saw a little footage. I think he did get a bit of like a chokehold or something like that. So what are your guys' thoughts? Like, do you remember hearing about that? Like, Aaron?
No, I don't think I heard about that, but that's
He was
horrible.
so he incited some
Just-
pretty like big
yeah.
violence.
just to say something like that.
So not long. So I've got another video here to show you, which is some cool, just some chanting from the people.
Oh, it's pretty good.
That's a birthday.
It's a good turnout.
What are you saying?
They're saying let us pass because the cops were getting in the way. So there's a couple of videos there just to show you guys what they're up to.
Yeah.
So our immigration minister, I will say his name once. Immigration Minister of Australia, Peter Potato Dutton, accused people in Australia of making inaccurate and exaggerated claims of violence and injuries on Manus.
Jesus.
He says only 3 people suffered minor injuries. 1 had an insect bite, another tripped and grazed himself while running from the centre, and a 3rd had dehydration. So, what are your thoughts on that? But so because I've got some evidence, so before we show that, let's, from what I've already discussed with you and shown you, what.
Yeah, but they're trying to get them off. How? Obviously, they want to get them like off.
to go to this other camp.
Yeah,
They're trying to force them to this other camp.
Yeah, and have 1 hour to get.
So I think
off.
I did mention this a couple of weeks ago. This camp that they're trying to get them to is not ready, is not finished, does not have enough room for all of them. So that's another thing that to bear in mind. So I know what's he saying? Yeah. So while it's all happening, he's saying that no, there's only a couple of injuries. So here we go. I've got a video and some pictures to just prove our case.
It's a bit awkward there.
Otherwise, there's another picture from the day. Just the cops and all the people around.
Yep.
I just thought it was a really cool picture.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
I should warn you guys, this video is a little bit distressing. So he said there was a person who had dehydration. So this might be the person who had the dehydration.
Yep.
Or it could be someone else who's actually dying.
Oh my god.
That's him, by the way. That's him making that noise.
Yeah, that's really.
That's a bit.
That's hard to watch.
Fuck yeah. That's him just.
Jeez.
So.
It's blowing his
here's somebody who's grazed their knee. That might be the one who tripped over. This is the one that Peter Dutton must have seen.
Yeah.
Here's another one. You know, there's just another person. What did he say again? What was it? There was an insect bite, one tripped, and someone dehydrated. So I don't know if that guy was dehydrated because I don't think you make that noise when you're dehydrated.
I was definitely a mosquito bite, that one.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. What about? Or do you think it was this guy? That guy's the mosquito bite. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. This guy fucking just passed out on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely
he's
bullshit.
denying any other injuries, right?
Yeah.
No other injuries, and it's been grossly exaggerated by the Australian public, which I find just grossly inaccurate.
Yeah.
All you have to do is spend fucking 1 minute online on Twitter and looking at some of these people who have a Twitter account. So the problem I feel for the refugees, and the problem I have with people is saying, oh, they have phones and they're able to use them, so obviously they're well off. That's not right. You know, how cheap is a phone nowadays? Yeah. You go down to the shop, you can buy a phone for like $10, $15.
But
it's not that hard. SIM card, $2.
It's not going to make them be able to survive.
Yeah.
They've been able to charge their phones because of the solar panels on the roof.
It's not water.
Which they can't switch those off. Like that's run on something separate, I think.
Yeah.
So they're able to power their phones. So, like I was saying, here's the last couple of images. They're a little bit distressing too.
Oh.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
They just happened to fall.
Yeah, I think he just fell over. He must have just fallen on a metal pole.
That's disgusting. And so forced.
Yeah, there's a zoom
metal
in.
pole.
That's fucked up, hey.
That's horrible.
I just don't.
I really feel
Can't
sorry.
fathom
I feel
it, yeah.
sorry for them. I would really hate to be
So
in their
yeah,
shoes.
just what do you guys think about the whole situation?
Was there any comments on the march in the city?
Yeah, there were a lot of comments about it. I was seeing a lot of hate from people. Do you remember me tweeting that day where I said there was this random person who tweeted at me who said they were supposedly a doctor, when I questioned their supposed doctor license because they were saying something along the lines of they shouldn't be here, like fuck them and stuff like that. And I just happened to say, well, the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm.
Yeah.
So you call yourself a doctor? I replied that to him. So his intelligence response, being I'm assuming a 45, 50-year-old male who's a supposed doctor, was, oh, something about you pussy faggot and, go suck your dad's cock and stuff.
Wasn't it something about failure?
Yeah, I'm a failure or some shit. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, it was just like random words but didn't make sense. And
So what I ended up doing to that piece of shit was I killed him with kindness. He couldn't do anything. I just tweeted back to him after he said that, oh, such hatred, my friend. You are loved, don't worry. And he then sends me back a gif of Clint Eastwood looking like, ooh, doing that. And I was just like, we love you, and the refugees love you too. Tweet. He can't fucking report me because I'm not saying anything bad. And then he just sends another one to me, which was another gif of something, I don't know. But I just killed his fucking argument because I was like, yeah, refugees love you, we love you. Don't be so angry, don't be so hateful.
Yeah.
He fucked off.
Nice.
And then I went and reported his Twitter account.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So, the last, any last thoughts while, where we are at this stage with this fucking crisis? I mean, at the moment, the men have been moved to the new facility. I saw on Twitter this morning there are some men who are now homeless from the camp because they've been told that the camp is not ready and they have to wait somewhere else.
Wow, that's sad.
So, I'd like to share something quickly before we move on. Something that I felt that I needed to do during the week while I think of it. Here it is.
You want to do a quiz?
Righto.
Are
Jumping
we,
for a quiz.
Are we waiting? Well,
I'll just see.
I don't like that one.
I left a message for the Prime Minister.
Oh, g'day there, Malcolm. You need to do something about your little Goebbels pony there, Peter Dutton. You're a spineless Australian, Malcolm. Give us some... You've done very well with the same-sex marriage vote. Well done claiming that for yourself when you spent $122 million on that. But fuck that shit. What about all the people who are dying on Manus Island and you have turned your back on those people? You and Dutton are just as worse as the Third Reich. That is how angry you made Australia. Shame on you, Malcolm. Shame on you. You are not our Prime Minister.
Yeah, I just thought to share that with you guys. Just a bit of my...
Made you feel better after doing it.
I felt really good after doing that. I had another one with Peter Dutton, but I accidentally put the fucking phone in my pocket when I started, forgetting I was recording, and I said his message bank was so much longer. It was 2 minutes of me just going, "You're a spineless fucking cunt." Oh my god. I thought that was just. I felt a whole lot better after that. So those are my last final thoughts. I feel the country. I really fucking hate my government right now. I love Australia. I love everything we supposedly stand for as a nation. The freedom we have as a country, looking after a mate. That's Australian values right there. We look after those who can't help themselves, and our borders have been open for fucking years and years. So people always want to fucking hate on immigrants, but you know, we're all immigrants at the end of the day. We all came here at one stage. We're all on this earth together. Let's just get along, for fuck's sake. Let's stop turning our back on human beings, and let's just live our lives. I think that's where I want to end that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's move it on. I've got a 90s quiz question. Oh, this is a good one. You might actually get it. What year did Princess Diana die? It's in the 90s, so you've...
1990, yeah, I was
Was it
going to say
91?
one.
Higher.
93. No, 94.
Much higher.
97.
Yes. That's a good one.
That was just a guess. It's like...
Have you got one out? You want to...
Yeah.
Quickly start? Michael, you have one?
What was the biggest selling single of the 1990s?
Barbie Girl by Aqua?
No, it's an Elton John song.
Oh, Rocket Man?
Candle in the Wind.
Yep. That makes sense. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Do one, Michael?
Yeah, Michael's got one.
I want to find it. Okay. I got one.
Okay.
Who became Prime Minister of Australia in 1996?
John Howard.
Yes.
No, there
It's
we go.
easy. Easy peasy. Japanesey.
Radio, I'm gonna get on to something. Or you got...
Okay, last one quickly. Okay.
I want to know.
What is the opening line of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's theme song?
Oh man, no, I don't know that.
Do you remember?
Oh!
Just think of the start.
I know that.
Born and...
Back further.
Oh, fuck! I do know it, I just can't...
Do you remember?
Yes.
I can't get it.
I remember now.
Now this is a story all about how my love comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, alrighty, let's move on. Have we got... Sorry to take up a bit of time talking about that. I felt very much like it needed to be spoken about, something that was really serious.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
That's fine. I'm just going to talk about schoolies.
Schoolies!
Schoolies week is happening.
So, for those international listeners that I know we fucking have, can you explain what schoolies is? I think it's sort of like spring break for
I would say
America, but it's
Australian
not
spring
sort of...
break. Yeah, it's just where the year 12s, after they finish school, go and pretty much like the coast area.
They have a week
Queensland.
off. It's usually after exams, yeah?
Yeah, after
Yes,
exams.
always.
And just
So,
Of course.
Go-
It's the end of year exam.
yeah.
like a big holiday and hang out, drink, smoke, get drunk, go to the beach, swimming, whatever, and also like cause bloody what's the word? A mess,
Damage?
like
Damage.
damage, like
Damage,
us,
okay.
yeah.
Anarchy. That's what we're looking for.
Because I saw that.
So, what do you want to talk about with schoolies, Erin? Exactly.
Oh, did you guys go at all?
No,
No?
I didn't. I wasn't allowed. And I can't
Why
believe-
weren't you allowed?
Oh, no. I was like, to be honest, I really don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a waste of
Did you
money.
have a special friend at that time that you didn't? Did you have a special lady friend at that time you didn't want to go off and have a bit of fun down at schoolies with other women? You were like, nah, I want to stay with that special lady.
I am so lost.
Did you have a girlfriend at the time? Is that why you didn't
At
go?
schoolies?
No. Before schoolies. Or did you like a girl at that stage? So that was also maybe a factor in your
I liked
reasoning.
my girlfriend.
Oh, you liked her at that time. Yeah, that's what I was getting
Yeah.
at. So you were just like, oh, there's no point going down because
Well, pretty
what's the point
much,
of
like-
hooking up with chicks?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like so expensive.
Fuck, mate, that was a long time ago. He's known for a while that he's going to be with her.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
That's pretty cool.
Well, we went to
Fucking high
we
school
went to
sweet.
high school.
Oh, it's so cute, isn't it, Aaron?
So Sean, you didn't go?
Oh yeah, nah. I didn't go. I didn't fucking go. No one invited me. You know what pissed me off the most was everyone invited like people who dropped out the year before,
Yeah.
and I didn't get invited, and I dropped out that year, so that pissed me off quite a bit. I wasn't too annoyed. You know what we should all fucking do? We should have our own schoolies.
Yeah.
Toys.
Toys! Like 10 years later. It's almost 10 years for me.
What's Toolies, Sean?
Toolies. Oh yeah. So schoolies is when all the school age children go to these places, and what Toolies is to have a Toolies you have to go at schoolies time, so we
Yeah.
can't do it because they're sort of doing it now.
Yeah.
But Toolies is when older people go and who might be mature age students or at uni. So we're probably a bit older than Toolies. I don't know, maybe we need to think up a new term to call ourselves. Because we're a little bit older than a Toolie.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Because I think a Toolie's like 18 to 21, 22 maybe, but we're 24, 25, 28. We're pushing it, you know.
Yes.
What would we be?
Schoolies, probably.
What did you say?
The old schoolies.
The old schoolies, yes. I love it. Pound that shit.
I didn't do anything, but
I love it, yeah. I think it's pretty good. Where would you want to go then? If you wanted to go on a old schoolies? What do we go? Come on. Let me smoke this. Where would we go?
I reckon the beach would be good.
Yeah, but like down.
Yeah.
I'd like to go down.
Down, prices down.
I mean, only you, Aaron.
Yep.
What way?
Coles, give us money. Coles, please give us money.
Coles, give us money. Give us some
We
royalties.
will make sure our listeners know that prices are down. That's for sure.
Oh dear.
So where would you want to go? What?
Michael's saying down.
Yeah, but what fucking beach area? We've got like two ways. You got Geelong and Torquay, or you got Rosebud and Mornington Peninsula, that area.
I like down Rosebud area.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's got bud in it.
Yeah, but it's just a nice area.
Yeah, it's a really good place to be.
I've been
Like,
there a few times.
Torquay's nice.
yeah. Whereabouts? What about the USA, Mike? You went to the USA recently. How was that?
Oh, it was one big smoker.
Yeah. Well, tell us about it. Where'd you go?
Well, I'll
you
tell
said
you
you went to
about-
Las Vegas.
Yes.
You said that's where you got your weed
Well,
from.
it was legal,
Yeah.
just like any bar. So you just walk in,
Yeah.
order what you want, just show ID, you're in line.
You don't have to
20
get a
minutes.
medical thing or nothing.
Nothing. So I was in line, I'm like, well, yeah, like 3 bottles of water in a fridge in line, and I waited 10 minutes.
Yep.
It's like the service, it's like so professional.
So quick.
And then you get to the door, and it's like a bartender, but it's personal.
Yeah.
So it's the bartender.
Bartender,
and
yeah. I've heard
The
that.
next person goes in, or couple goes in, because they're purchasing together.
Yeah.
And you pick and choose and talk to your bartender, and you talk
Nice.
about all the weed, what it's like, how it will affect you.
Yeah.
Semi kind of doctor kind of recommendations. It felt like it's kind of like a prescription medicine, like you know that.
Yep. Making up bullshit. I'll go, oh, it's trouble sleeping, trouble
Yeah.
with my appetite, and I'll
Yes.
be like, oh yeah, here, no worries, go get
Yes.
some marijuana.
So because we were international visitors,
Yep.
there was a few things. Sorry, not international visitors. That didn't matter.
That didn't matter. But because you're a tourist.
No, sorry.
No?
If you had a medical marijuana card, you can get quite strong stuff.
Yep.
So like you can still get chocolate that's like 3 times the strength. Or you
Wow.
can get singles. So like when you go there, you can get up to about 6 or 7 joints at a time.
Wow.
Chocolate and other stuff.
Did your girlfriend have some?
Yes. So she had mints and chocolate, and yes, we got really, really fucking high.
What happened when you had
Las
that
Vegas.
first joint though?
Yes. I was up the escalators, going up the escalators, sorry. I thought to myself, I'll light this joint. So I sparked it up and took a toke, and then went out to kind of like light the cherry a bit more. And as I toked out a little bit, the whole weed unraveled, and all the weed came out of the joint onto the escalator, and I was
shit.
like, well, that was a waste of fucking money. It's like, fuck you. That was the first joint, so I had to lose
Of all
one,
things.
and then I had to smoke the others
That's pretty good.
later.
Oh, well, it would have pissed you off so much when that happened, I guess.
Yes, but I mean, I didn't really.
Did you
care.
have like
I bought way too much than what I needed.
Did you have like a quick funeral in your head? Like a song
Yes.
just played in your head? Like a
Excuse
really
me.
sad song? Like, what's one that you can think of? Like, it was like, time to say goodbye.
Oh god.
And you had a quick little like, oh yes, I thank you, Jesus. And your mum would have loved that one. No, Jesus, I dig Jesus, man. Jesus is cool. He's a cool guy.
Oh shit!
He's a cool dude.
Was
That's
there
hilarious.
anything else?
Oh no, it was just an epic time. Like being stoned in Vegas, man. Like you felt like a little kid in a big lolly shop. Just walking around the casinos that like there's 2 different buildings, and then there's a building over here, and you can like connect all underground. It's so fucking good. Gambling here, women there. Fucking
I saw a
women here.
video of Vegas where it had like some type of zip line over
Yes.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Was that? Did you see that there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
Shocker,
off the
bro.
strip. It's a little bit off the strip.
Yeah. Oh,
Shopping was grouse too.
that's fucking awesome, man.
Cool.
Definitely go again.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my
Yeah.
Yeah.
rant done.
I have a story.
Yeah.
This is another one I saw on Facebook. It's a bit sad and
Oh,
shocking
yeah.
to hear. So it says that a mum and her 2 children rescued from Italian horror house. A woman and her 2 children have been rescued from a horror life of sexual abuse and torture after being held hostage in an underground cellar of an Italian house for a decade.
A decade.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
So
That's a long time.
yeah, it says that the woman was from Romania.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd been held hostage since 2007.
That's a long time.
So she was
Fuck
in there,
me.
and then she got raped, and then fell pregnant. So she had the boy and a girl.
Jeez, it's just like that story from a few years ago.
Oh my god.
Same story, eh?
Yeah, and
Sounds like.
the cabin, she was in the cabin, was locked all the time, obviously, and the bed was made of cardboard. The toilet was just made from a rubbish bin, and the kids had to live like that as well for such a long time.
Shit. Where was this again? You said Romania?
No, it says it's
The woman was from Romania.
but it was in southern Italy.
Southern Italy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
disgusting.
I'm so sad. Yeah, it was like, it sounds similar to the story that happened in the States a couple of years ago, where there was a guy who had these women, three or two women or whatever, locked up for like 10 years, and yeah, he raped a couple of them, had kids with them, and then can't remember his name. It was like something Castro. It wasn't Fidel Castro because that's the Cuban leader. It was something else. And then he ended up killing himself in jail. So, fucking evil cunt. It sounds like a similar story though.
Yeah, I was like,
It's very sad.
to hear about that, and like I've seen it on TV, like
Like on
Law and
Order,
and stuff
yeah,
like
type
that.
of
But to
movies
actually
and
read
stuff like that.
that's like something that's happened. I was just like really shocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's upsetting
Real
to hear.
life.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
But
That's disgusting.
yeah.
Before we
I
move,
mean, I said before, 10 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, I know.
it's a long time in your life.
Any time
Yeah.
to act like that, you should be locked away,
And
killed.
yeah, it's horrible.
Well, before we move on to the final story of the day of the podcast, I've got one more question. This is a bit of an easier 90s quiz question. Who supplied the voice of the genie in the 1992?
Robin Williams.
Michael wins. Ding, ding, ding-a-ling.
Yes.
You win. So,
What do you win?
what do you win? He won a fist pump that I just fucking gave him. Did you not see?
You want a bomb?
A goal.
I'm having it first.
A bomb.
So,
Want a bomb.
have you guys...
Want a
Well,
bomb.
Michael, since you were just chatting about the USA and everything,
Yeah.
did you guys know that they had their traditional Thanksgiving holiday this week?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I did.
they have it on the 24th, which was the Thursday. That was the Thursday, wasn't it?
Friday, 24th.
Yeah. It always falls on the same day, or it's the Thursday, I think. But they have this thing called the Black Friday sales on the next day, on the Friday. Hence the name. And they have discounted sales. Have you guys heard of this
Yes.
before?
I have.
No, I haven't.
No. So the discounted sales is like some stores are like
So like Boxing Day sales here.
It's like Boxing Day sales, but like on steroids.
Yes.
No, sorry, it's not like Boxing Day sales on steroids. It's like Boxing Day sales on like when you like someone who's it's fucking Boxing Day sales on fucking meth, like fucking PCP. Like
Okay.
it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. So first little thing first thing I want to show you is a picture. And I just want to get your guys' first reaction to what this picture is telling you. This is just people ready to go for the Black Friday sales. Just have a quick think and then tell us what you reckon. What's your first
Ready to
thoughts?
like bloody race and try and get something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like waiting in line to get like the new product. Like
Or the new fucking broken hip.
Yeah. That's what that
Stamp.
That's definitely what that looks like.
gotta be keen.
I've got a video of it to show you.
Live. I like
News video to show you about it. About some fights that happened.
Overnight, an all-out battle at stores across the nation.
This is just over consumer products, like fuck me.
Just hours into the brutal chase for bargains.
I got my fist up if somebody tries to steal something from me.
She doesn't look very old.
No,
Jesus.
fuck me. I don't want to fuck with her.
Two men punching and tearing at each other's t-shirt inside a major city mall.
What the fuck? Is that really worth it?
What the fuck is going on?
Flared at this Walmart in El Paso. shoppers
So
appear to fight over flat screen TVs, even taking on
My
store
goodness.
security.
Oh my god.
The yearly stampede spilling into front doors, a welcome sight for retailers. Hoping to cash in on the holiday frenzy. Sales expected to reach $80 billion in the year.
What?
Holy shit.
The average American spending close to $400 throughout the holiday weekend.
Holy
with
shit.
some brick-and-mortar stores now handing out a select number of tickets to people in line for the hottest items.
We're able to ticket numbers 1 through whatever number we have. That way it stops a lot of the chaos from happening.
Some shoppers camping out for days.
We've been here since Tuesday night at 9:30.
All in an effort to nab great deals like this 50-inch flat-screen TV at Best Buy, marked down nearly 75% off.
It's exciting. If it's something that you want and it's worth it, why not go and get
Yeah,
it?
but is it worth your life?
Wow. Holy shit.
It's bloody
It's
chaos.
so dangerous.
What the hell? What's going on in there?
Like
Like,
animals.
I think
Just
just
trying to-
halfway through that video, they said our store gives out numbers.
yeah, I have heard of that. I read about that. Yeah, you have some stores run it like a sort of lottery type thing where they give out these certificates to go, you get number 1, you get number 2, and then after that, then they open it up to all these people, and then it's like, fucking all in, have a go. So in this day and age of camera phones and everyone having one, at least nowadays you can get the evidence. Like if someone, let's say you grabbed the TV,
Yeah.
and then I just happened to, trip you up and take the TV, you wouldn't have been able to maybe do anything about it because there's so many people. But now that there's so many camera phones around, people are filming shit a lot of the time to catch people out who are doing wrong shit.
Yeah.
So I've got a great example of that, and this video is a little bit distressing. I'm kidding, it's not that distressing.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's weird as well. But just watch the people as they run in to get these fucking items, man. It's just insane what they do just to get these fucking items. Look at that.
Good tooth. What's another one?
Hang on. Watch this again. Just watch this. So watch the little girl, watch the black woman with the little boy, and you'll see this lady in red come up in the right corner. Watch. There, the red jacket there.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that girl's got two, Oh my god.
I just took it off the kid.
Look at that.
I suppose it's easy to do because it doesn't have a tight grip, but still. But she's got two, they would have had
Yeah, and
three.
then she pushes the fucking other woman out of the way, and then she fights back. She's like, "Are you being aggressive? Get off! I don't like it."
That's
Holy shit.
Oh my god, you're the one who
So
came in.
sad. Come on.
You're the one who came in, took it off the little kid,
Yeah.
and then was like, oh my god, you're reacting in a fucking normal way that a mother would. If your child was touched, if our kid was touched like that, I'd be like, whose head am I punching?
yeah, but
Don't you touch my kid.
fucking smack ya.
Oh my goodness. So I just thought just to finish off here, I've also got a comparison video here from the UK. They also decided to have Black Friday sales. And here's the comparison to see the fucking crazy pandemonium that the UK have compared
I've
to
seen this.
America.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Just casually strolling in.
So you see the fucking difference there.
Yeah.
The Brits are just like, oh yeah, a couple of them are there early in the morning. None of them really give a fuck.
Yeah.
So that's probably that'll wrap us up today. That was a pretty informative episode, I found. You guys, what do you reckon? What do you reckon, guys?
So, yeah, it was good.
That was a good episode. I particularly liked the whole talk about the thruple, and the 5-minute craft videos was pretty hilarious as well with how wrong they are. So, Erin, I think you have a job to do.
Yes, I have the plugs this week. So check us out on our socials on SoundCloud, iTunes, or search the 420 Project on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you have any comments or want to say hello, send us an email at the 420 Project Podcast. That's all one word at gmail.com. That's the 420 Project Podcast at gmail.com.
So from all of us here at the 420 Project Podcast, I'm Sean.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.